Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I'd like to welcome you to our catalog and online exclusive kickoff. So there was a whole bunch of products that went live for everyone at the beginning of May. And I have once again teamed up with my good friends Terry Hartley from Rustic Line Cards in the United States and Sarah Bullen from Handmade After Dark in Australia to bring you six videos sharing six different bundles or suites or new things that are exciting and fun. And we thought we have to do something to share all this. So we are sharing the workload so that we can show you more things. And we hope you like what we have to share with you. Today, it is my privilege to share a suite with you that is in the annual catalog, and we will get to that right away. Let's just go down here. So this is the new annual catalog, and if you don't have a paper copy, but you would like a paper copy, reach out to me if you are in Canada, the United States, or Australia, and one of us will make sure that you get what you need. So we can only sell in our own countries, but with the three of us covering three countries, we've kind of got it nailed down quite nicely. So if you want a paper copy and you don't have a demonstrator, we would love you to shop with us. Just reach out and I will get you connected to the appropriate person. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is the Beautiful Gallery Suite Collection, and it is stunning. There's so many wonderful elements to this. They have made here a number of home decor pieces. They've got cards, all sorts of things, different size cards. It's just the possibilities are endless, whether you want to do really stepped up crafting or keeping it super simple, quick and easy, you can make beautiful cards with this suite. There are two bundles in this suite, and I will show you a little bit more of those in a moment. There is an embossing folder, some gems, some ribbon, and some designer series paper. You will find all of these items in the annual catalog or online, beginning at page 52 and then continuing over to 54. And there's so much to share. They've even gone on to a third double page, page 56 and 57. So that is where it is in the catalog. You can find it online. Just search for Beautiful Gallery. I always suggest to people that if you are trying to find something and you know the name, search for Beautiful Gallery and it will all come up for you. Super simple. Okay, where do we begin? So there are two stamp sets, as we saw on those catalog pages. The first one is Beautiful Motifs, and it is mostly sentiments. There are two image stamps in here, but mostly wonderful sentiments. And I am going to use, well, one of these in a card that I will actually make today, but I will show you some of these others in action on some of the samples that I'm going to share. Now, the dies that go with this bundle do not actually cut anything from the stamp set. Okay, these are the dies, and they are all dies that you would just use on their own, okay, to cut. Some of these two and this one in particular, do not fully cut out a shape. They cut out partial die cuts so that you can bend these up and add even more texture to your projects. Okay. The other thing that you can do if you want to just highlight all of that is I'm bringing in just a piece of scrap paper so I don't make a mess. Not sure if I need it or not, but I thought this might be easier. This is Old Olive cardstock, and I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. And I am just going to, my paper underneath there, I'm just going to dab at the edges of these leaves to highlight them a little bit. See, I just enhances the look. There. Oops. There we go. You see that? Isn't that fantastic? Just adds a little bit extra, quick and easy. You can leave it just as it is if you wish, or you can just add a little extra. And if you used Old Olive ink, it would be like tone on tone stamping. So it would highlight it, just not quite as much as using a darker ink. In this case, the Mossy Meadow. So there we go. Little dab more on there. Oops, I missed one. It's tiny. There we go. So that can then go on to, I don't have another piece of cardstock here. I don't have a card because I wasn't going to make a whole card with this. I just wanted to show you how that looks. We'll just set it on top of this. So if you had this on a card from an angle, you would see, the color underneath as well. So there's really a lot that you can show with these dies. And as I mentioned, 3 of the dies are designed to do this. So lots of choice there. And that, of course, is just lots of texture and interest for your card making. We love that. Okay, what else do we have? In the second set, we have this one. It's called Gallery Blooms. Sorry, my light is giving us some glare there. And these, there's no sentiments in this set. So the first set was mostly sentiments, and this one is no sentiments, but this has some beautiful flower and branch images that you can stamp and die cut. There are dies that go with this. And so these will cut out all of these stamped images. And then there's also some extra dies, and I'm missing a couple because I was using some of them. So you'll see those in action. And there is also these frames. So this die, one die, but it will cut 2 frames. So you can layer those frames, you can use them separately, whatever you wish. So lots and lots of options and choices with this die set. And then, of course, if you like to color, this is ideal, because these are all just waiting for you to add some color to. I have not done a whole lot of coloring for today's presentation, but that will come, I'm sure. Okay, then we have what is my absolute favorite part of this suite, the beautiful Gallery Designer Series paper. This is 6x6 paper, and it is stunning. I'm going to start with the backs just to keep the suspense going. But lovely sort of, I think that's like a damask pattern. I'm not an art expert, but it's some lovely little patterns anyway. And some paint streaks. Oops. Oh, no, it's different. I was going to say I have 2 of these, but I do not. Similar styling, different coloring. I did not share the colors of this suite with you, and I did not put my bookmark back in, but let me just probably I could look at the back of the paper as well. but the paper pack does list the colors. But we have Peach Pie, which is this peachy color here, Mossy Meadow, Lost Lagoon, Secret Sea, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. So some awesome colors associated with the suite. And then in the paper, the designer series paper, also included our Basic Black, Basic Gray, Calypso Coral, Cloud Cover, which is one of our new in colors, Early Espresso, Gray Granite, Pecan Pie, Secret Sea, which is another one of our new in colors, and Smoky Slate. So lots and lots of colors in this paper, as you will see as we go through. So there's your Mossy Meadow, there's your Lost Lagoon. These are the backs. So these are the more muted pieces in the pack. But that's only because I'm teasing you and not showing you the absolutely stunning fronts just yet. But I will. I promise I will. Look at this one. You could even color this one. And then we have this. Like there's a piece of art right there, all by itself, ready to go. So now, if we flip these over, are you ready? Check out these papers. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful painted flowers. And these, when these are created, the artists at Stampin' Up! Will often do a painting. And then the photographers will come in and they will photograph them. And that's how they create a lot of the designer series paper. Isn't that like just a charcoal pencil sketch? Love it. Here's some beautiful flowers. Here's another one similar to the kind of patterning that we had on the back of one. If you like flowers, you're going to love this one. This is all your green tones and beautiful white flowers. Then we have some, an old rustic cottagey house kind of thing. Some more landscape, some more flowers, some more landscape, and a final landscape. I should move those up a little bit, shouldn't I? There we go. But these papers are beautiful. They will do all the heavy lifting for you. So you can certainly step cards up and create with this. But if you want quick and easy, stunning cards, start with the beautiful gallery designer series paper. So let's take a look at some cards. So this one, I have pretty much just used the designer series paper. This is our brand new Secret Sea. It's a very dark blue. It's different than Night of Navy. Very dark, very lovely. And this is the new cloud cover in color. So there we have two of the new in colors on this one. Here's one that I did with the Gallery Blooms, the flower, and I have used a blending brush to add color to the flowers. This is Strawberry Slush, as is this color in the paper. This was from the Celebratory 6 designer series paper. So it wasn't from this pack, but it was Strawberry Slush, so I thought it went perfectly. And then I used a blender pen with my garden green ink to color the leaves. Here is one of the frames that I mentioned, the dies, and I simply framed a piece of the designer series paper and stuck it on a card. This is the new mini corrugated embossing folder, and it is fun. Can you see that? Look at that. Just like gorgeous texture. That's not showing up too well, is it? Let me just, hopefully it'll focus a little better there. There, I think we're good there. But this is pretty peacock with cloud cover. So there's a brand new color combination that works really well together. And these are the gems that I showed you very quickly in the catalog. They're called pressed flowers. It's a little difficult to see that it's a flower per se, which is awesome because they are almost like a gunmetal color. And I've used these on masculine cards. We won't mention that they're actually flower motifs on them because you can't tell. They just sort of looked etched unless you look very closely. So here is the second frame. So just for comparison purposes, the first frame, and that would have been cut right inside there. Two different pieces of paper because it's two different colors, but um, this is the outer frame. This is the larger one. And again, I have simply put the frame around a piece of the designer series paper, added a sentiment, and you have an awesome card. Hey, I decided to play with the in colors a little bit. So in case you haven't been introduced to all of the in colors, this is Timid Tiger. It is orange. Okay. If you're looking for plain name in case the colors aren't showing up too well for you. Secret Sea, which is a dark navy blue. Strawberry Slush, it's a fairly dark pink. Cloud Cover, which is a light grayish blue, definite gray tone to that. And Darling Duckling, which is, I think I don't know if it's a brown tone or a green tone. Again, I'm not an artist, but a little bit of that as opposed to bright yellow like Daffodil Delight. And it's darker, certainly, than Lemon Lolly. So it's uh, it's a little bit different than those two, but that is the yellow that we have this year. And here I have just stamped these flowers and die cut them, and I haven't added any color to them because I wanted to show off all the in colors behind them. One of the pieces of designer series paper you may recall was this one. And so now we are going like really super simple here. Just a layer, just a border, a dark border. And look at that, I didn't even put a sentiment on there because I thought, you know what? I don't want to take anything away from this beautiful drawing. So I did put some gems on. You got to have some gems, right? But that card could be used for any reason. Whatever your message inside says will determine what the card is for. Super versatile. Alrighty. I have one last card, and I'm actually going to make this card for you. And if you'd like to follow along, I will give you all of the imperial sizes, okay? Not the metric sizes. So if you are in Australia, I'm not going to read out all those sizes. It's a lot of numbers, but this is the card, and this card was shared by Rachel Tessman recently. She's another demonstrator in the United States, and it is called, I think triple, maybe not triple, but certainly a triple pillar card or something along those lines. It's got three pillars, so it does stand on its own, and you can see down into it when I have it like that. Um, you would put your sentiment on the back. I didn't stamp anything on the back of this. If you want to stamp an image or something on the back, you should do it before you assemble the whole card so it's flat, or you could add another piece of cardstock to the back. And then, but this would be where you write your message and sign your name and all of that. This card does fold down and it will fit into one of our standard envelopes, which is awesome because we like things that look this spectacular but fit in a standard envelope. Okay, so shall we make this? I'm going to make this with a different piece of the designer series paper. I'm going to use this pattern this time, and I'm going to use cloud cover cardstock because I love it. Okay, so you are going to need three pieces of cardstock to get started. So the first piece is 5.5 inches tall, 9 inches across. Okay, you're going to score it, actually scored it this way, at 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 8 and 8.5. Okay, 9 by 5.5, scored at 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 8 and 8.5. And these are all going to fold in the same direction. Fold and burnish all of these. Whoopsie, that's not good. You want to make sure you've got your sides lining up. These square card. No crooked cards. My eyes sometimes feel a little crooked, but let's keep the card square. Okay, so that's the first piece. The second piece is 5.5 tall and 6 inches wide. And this one is scored at 2.5. I'm sorry, scored at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 5 and 5.5. Okay, so that is 5.5 by 6, scored at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 5 and 5.5. And same thing again, I'm going to fold all the score lines are going to fold in the same direction. So you don't need to worry about which one's a mountain and which one's a valley. They're all folding the same way. So there's second piece, and then the last piece is 5.5 tall by 3 wide. Okay, and it is scored at 3/4, 1 1/4, 2 and 2.5. Okay, 5.5 tall, 3 inches wide, scored at 3 3/4 inch, 1 1/4 inch, 2 and 2.5. And again, as you have likely guessed, we are going to fold these all in the same direction. If you want to make this card, you can certainly stop the video and record the dimensions and then continue on from there. Okay, now the other things that I have 2 stacks of paper here, and I'm not certain quite what I've done. So I have, this is a circle. It is approximately, I think it's about 2.5 inches, no, 2 1/4 inches wide. This is from the Spotlight on Nature dies, and it's the one with those wonderful hash lines. Whoop, whoop, there we go. Light gets bad when I get close, doesn't it? My camera is very low here, so. Then I have a 2-inch circle and a 1 3/4 inch circle, and I'm going to use this for my sentiment. So, and then I have I wasn't sure what I would want, but I think that I would like some little die cuts. So I cut one with Secret Sea. I cut a couple with Cloud Cover. I'm not sure which I'm going to use. I think maybe this one, but I wasn't certain, so I cut them both. We have some little decor items, and then our designer series paper. So the designer series paper, you are going to cut 5 3/8 by 5 3/8, and then you're going to cut vertical strips. Okay, and you are going to start with a 3/8 inch wide strip, and then 5/8 and 3/8 and 5/8. I did all this in advance. I didn't think you needed to watch me cut all this paper. 3/8, 5/8, 3/8, 5/8, 3/8, 5/8, and 3/8. So there's all of our papers. Oh dear, I have messed up the order here. I think it goes this way. Let me just see if my picture comes back together here. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I am going to stack these up so that they are in order. You want to keep them in order so that when you put them onto your card, they sort of remake the picture. There's gaps, but you want it to make sense. If you're using a paper that is not a picture, it's just sort of random patterns, then it wouldn't really matter. But, up to you. Okay, I'm going to put this card together, and I am going to use tear and tape because it's kind of the perfect width for these things. So here's our biggest piece, and you're going to put your adhesive. You have two folds here, or two score lines. So one narrow part, and here you have two. So we are going to put our adhesive on this one. I'm going to fold both of these in, and I'm going to put my tear and tape along here. Just like, and then I don't know how to get your tear and tape off, but I like my pokey tool. Just kind of rub the edge and it comes off. And now I've got the first two pieces are folded in. I'm going to fold on this first score line. Okay. I'm going to flatten that there, and then I'm just going to let it come right over here, and it will join perfectly. Right? Now, this I want to be the back because this is got the join. I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to set it up here so that it just sits, and I know that this is the top or the front. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing on the second one. And again, I've got these two pieces folded in. I'm going to the first score line here. I'm going to press down on that and just let it fall into place. Oh, nice. Press, and here's your second one. So I've turned this over again. So that's the top. And then this third piece, the smallest one. This here. Oh. Once again, I've got these two pieces folded in, and on the first score line, that is our third panel. So there we go. Okay, there's our three panels. They are all face up. Okay, ready to go. Now I am going to come in with my ruler and a pencil, and I am going to put a little mark just at the 3/4 point on here, near the top and near the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing on this second one, 3/4 of an inch in. Okay. There, another one at the bottom. This is just to help get everything lined up when we glue it together. Okay. Now, I am going to use liquid glue for this next step because I will want to, I want to have a little wiggle room should I need it, which often you do when you're doing something. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted. Let's get that off of there. Thank you very much. To the side. That's going to get covered anyway, so it's not the end of the world. I just didn't want to be sticking in the glue. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put this piece right, covering top to bottom, just at my pencil marks, and I'm just going to cover them over ever so slightly. Okay, getting it kind of pressed down, a little squeeze, and then you can just actually flatten it out once you've got it sort of in place and give it a really nice press. And just hold that for a minute. Okay, so there is our first pillar attached, and then I'm going to come in with the next one. Something on my glue tip here. I think it's a little, I was gluing some die cut flowers earlier and they had little tiny centers that poked out. I think that was one of them. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put it right even, top and bottom, and right just over my pencil marks. Press, get it into place, and then I can press this down and make sure it's nice and secure. Okay. So there is the basic structure. And now you can see why we have 3/8, 5/8, and 3/8 and 5/8 for our paper. So I'm in with our designer series paper. Is this in the camera? No, not so much. Okay, so there's my stack of paper that I did. And again, I'm going to use the tear and tape because it is the perfect width for this. Could use liquid glue. You could use tape runner. The tape runner's a little bit wide for this one. I use tape runner on the wider ones, but and then the easiest way to do this really is to just press this down. So you've got a nice flat area. Hopefully I'm in the camera there. Okay. I'm just going to put that over there. Okay. I'm going to come in with my second one, and perhaps I will use my tape runner for this, just to quick. Okay. And then kind of flatten this down. Centered. Little tricky to get it centered when it's sticky and it sticks wherever it touches, but we can do it. There we go. Here, so I'm going to go back to my tear and tape. I could use tear and tape on the others as well. Whatever you like, as long as it's sticky. something sort of fancy with your card, well, not sort of fancy, it is fancy, and still show off beautiful designer series paper. Very unique card. It would a lovely wedding card or something for a very special occasion, but there's no reason why it couldn't just be for a card for a friend to see. Thinking about them, whatever you wish, because why not send people beautiful cards? It's such an easy way to bring a smile to everyone's face. You make their day better when you get Happy Meal. It just make your day like fabulous. You smile, you feel loved, you feel thought of. It's a fantastic thing. And we don't do it as often as we should, but we need to make an effort. Unfortunately, Canada Post is quite possibly going on strike in a couple weeks. So hopefully they don't. Hopefully they are able to come to an agreement between the management and the union. They've not had a lot of success the last time they tried, and they've been trying since last fall. They were on strike for a while, and then they were mandated back to work, and they were given until May 22nd to sort stuff out and see what they could work out. And I don't think they've come to any agreement, so that's unfortunate. So this is a little bit time consuming, but not difficult. It's just lots of gluing. My friend Louise in England always says, "Who knew you could find so many friends just with a little bit of cutting and pasting?" Because that's what we do in the Stampin' Up community. We make all sorts of friends, and everybody supports each other. We share ideas, as is on this card, and we work together to share creativity, something that we love to do. So if you are at all interested in learning more about the community of Stampin' Up, again, reach out to me. I will connect you to the appropriate person. There is a join offer on right now until the end of this month that will give you even more product in your starter kit. Completely customizable, absolutely no obligation. If you don't want to, if you give it a try and you're not sure it's for you, check it out. You do not have to do classes or demonstrations or anything that you don't want to do. It's entirely up to you. You can just enjoy a minimum 20% discount on all the craft supplies that you purchase. And how great is that? It's not going on straight. Can I save it? Up completely. Maybe from here. Okay. Mostly straight. One more piece. So, yes, if you would like to know more about the Stampin' Up community and about the Great Stampin' Believers team, or Terry's, I'm not going to get this right. Terry's team is the Stick Barn Crafters, maybe. I'm not positive, but Terry can certainly tell you. And I'll be honest, I don't actually know the name of Sarah's team, but we would all love to add you to our crafting community. So if you want to know more, let me know. And as I say, I will connect you to the person that you need to speak with to learn more. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. There's our card. Now, I need to bring these pieces back in, and I need to add a sentiment to this piece. I was thinking I would use just a note, which is from the Beautiful Motifs stamp set. I know it was a long time ago. Just a note. This one, this first one I used, wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. So this would be an awesome wedding card. Beautiful flowers. This is not so much wedding style of paper, so I don't think we want a wedding sort of sentiment for this one. But just a note works. So then it could be for him. Just right in the center there. Go. Okay. So we have a new annual catalog, as I mentioned at the top, and we have new online exclusives. So there's lots and lots of fabulous things you could put into your starter kit. So here's the next step. I'm going to put the sentiment on, but I want to, first of all, I'm going to put this down flat. I'm going to put the adhesive on this pillar. I've just put my finger at the bottom where I want to make sure I don't go any further than this, because I don't want adhesive sticking out, obviously. And then I'm just going to center this circle. Press it down, give it a really good press. And then this piece I'm going to put onto here with dimensionals. Hearing noises in the other room. I think my cats are they're having a little romp. Running around. They love it at the cottage. We tend to get the zoomies a lot. Oh, don't know who they think is watching them up here at the cottage, but yeah, it's all fun. Okay, yeah, I'm just thinking, I'll just put this one here. I'm actually going to pull this one off because I want to move it down a little bit. I was talking, I wasn't thinking. So I want to put this down here a little bit. It will stick just fine, but what that will do is give me some space at the top here to layer in my my decor after the fact. This. So this is going on a full circle. So I'm putting adhesive everywhere on the back of this. Bring this in, and now I just need to get this one straight on here, which is why I did this in this order. Straight and even. Up just a smidge. Oh, but straight still. Oh, saved it. Put the card straight. It's probably easier to see. Send straight. Okay. Yeah. And then I just need to decide. Now you do want to be careful. You don't want it to go above your card, right? So this is very close to the top. Could dangle it at the bottom, but I don't think that's quite right. I might need to go down the side here like this and out the edge. I think I want the dark one first. Really, you can do it this way, so then you can fold this any way you would want to go in the envelope. I put that out to the side, this out to the top. That might work, eh? What do we think? What if this one should have been dark as well? Should I get out the die cuts? Yes, okay, that's one moment. See, this is why you keep your little mini cut and emboss machine handy. So I think I'm going to use this one. I do like that. And I'm going to put this on here so I don't cut it too small, too short. Trim that off. And I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock right there. Put it into here. Oh, look, I've done it. I'm kind of left-handed again. I tend to do that, don't I? Okay, sorry, I'm probably jiggling and wiggling, but just one die cut. And they'll probably look at it and go, no, I like the light one. But again, you got to try, right? Okay, so set these things to the side. There's that. So now, what do we think of this? And this, yeah, no, see, the light one is better. Well, you don't know if you don't try, right? Okay, I'm just gonna do this because it will be fine once I get it all put in rather than playing with it here. So I'm gonna do just the tiniest bit of glue along here. I did not use adhesive sheets on these because most of it I knew was going to be sticking out, right? But just get that down there. And then this piece is tucked in like that, perhaps. So we have a little bit of glue on this guy. It's going to be hidden, a little bit of glue on there, a little bit of glue on this part, hopefully. Oh, look, here comes my helper. Excuse me, you need to, oh dear, I have a low camera. Oscar, come on, come on. You can't be there. No, no. It's not even dinner time yet. I don't know what his situation is. Looking for love or something. In all the wrong places. Just like that. That press. Kind of put a little bit of glue there, but I think that's enough to hold it. It's not a high pressure point or anything. It's just a little bit of decor for the front of the card. Now, I didn't put any gems on this one. Could add something there. I think I definitely want to put some here because this sentiment is not as large. So let's see what we have. We do have those these are the new in color flat pearls. Hey, quite lovely. What else do we have? Oh, look, we have these holographic ones. I'm not sure about that though. I might go. Gold, copper. These are the adhesive back metallic gems. These are not new, But these on, they kind of go with the flowers, don't they? Okay, so let's do this because this is a decision that I've made. Put one of those there. Bit of bling on that guy because it's hard. It needs some bling, right? Especially if it's going to be a wedding card. Definitely needs bling. Now this one, the dark ones, I think the dark ones, eh? Secret Sea. Here. Oh, three different sizes of these pearls. Isn't that fun? So there are your two cards, pillar cards. Aren't they fabulous? And again, they do stand all by themselves, but that's not very good for camera. Doesn't look as good as when you can see the whole picture, does it? Okay, so that is that's what I have for you today. Let me just do this. I will come back here and again, the beautiful gallery suite. It is stunning. There's so much to it, lots to check out, and this is just just the tip of the iceberg, but you will see more crafting with this because it is beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope we have inspired you to craft and know that this is one of 6 videos. So if this is the first one that you're watching, um, there are more. And if you have missed any of them, you will be able to find them. We will have all the links on all of our pages. So make sure that you subscribe to our email lists, and then you won't miss anything. We will share it all. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And we hope to craft with you again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.